just like the thumbnail said, X-Men 97, man, already got us in a chokehold, ladies and gentlemen, already. And I'm pretty sure it got a few of y'all in the chokehold as well, man. But, bro, talk to me, man. Because and listen, you see the front, right? You see the front, right?
Yeah.
Decked out, bro.
I do.
You see the shirt, dog.
I see the drip. I do see the drip.
I'm straight out here. I'm straight out here.
Yeah. I think that shit is cool, bro. I think, look, he got so excited.
I got so excited. I'm not the thing off.
Yo, that shit is hard, bro. The animation, I think, is great. I think it's not so revamped that it takes away from what made it what it was. You know, when you're appealing to nostalgic audiences, I feel like that's something you definitely got to take in accountability. You need to make sure that it still has that nostalgic feel to it, to where like we resonate that way with it. And I feel like the animation did that. The voice acting is incredible.
Yes.
Incredible. The music is really good, and you still get that same music that you got in the 90s. Mm-hmm. If you notice that the characters are still like in 90s gear, 90s attire with 90s hairstyles, listening to 90s music. Mm-hmm. And you see a lot of the X-Men still have like their same characteristics from the old movie, the old show. I will say though, they made Cyclops look kind of like extra nerdy.
Come on, man. Come on,
I know.
Man. I said opposite. I said it was that opposite, bro.
What?
So
you don't think he looked extra?
Nah, man. Like, I feel like, okay. So, in all intents and purposes, Cyclops is the leader, and as a leader, you're supposed to be like the straight arrow type. Like, you're not supposed to be like the edgy one like everybody else, because like Wolverine is a leader, but he's not the leader of Cyclops caliber. If that makes sense. And I'm saying this because
Wolverine makes rash decisions. He makes rash decisions. You need somebody who's going to think logically, and that's Cyclops. I get that.
Exactly. And Wolverine is my favorite X-Man. You know what I'm saying? But but Cyclops in this, like in X-Men 97, he went hard in the paint. This man cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, when he told old boy, he says, with Professor X trying to save you, I'm not like him. He was like, save me from who? You? He's like, man.
Yeah.
All right.
So Kevin Feige went on record to say X-Men 97 was going to come back, but only under two conditions, though. If you couldn't meet one of those, neither one of these conditions, don't bring it back. For one, bring back the old music, and I need rights to that song. And I need the original cast. I need the original voice actors for X-Men. If you can't deliver on none of these, don't bring me X-Men 97. And, you know, with the exception of the voice actors for Cyclops, the original Cyclops, because he unfortunately passed away, you can barely tell the difference between the voices, because it's like, wow, whoever did the casting for this, for Cyclops, is like grade A. So, listen, Cyclops was throwing hands in that first episode, though, man. That dude was doing some smooth shit. He was doing some smooth shit. You know?
He was, bro. When they was fighting them Sentinels, them shit was crazy.
Listen, the pause, though. The pause. When he blocked that punch and he looked at the dude and just smiled, he's like, really, bro? You about to... All right.
Okay, we doing this, yeah.
we doing this.
This is what you wanted.
You getting fired up, man. I was so hyped.
It was great.
Yes. Do you see like a difference between X-Men 97 and the original series, like as far as the edginess?
I mean, I do. Yeah, for sure. I feel like this is a lot more gritty. Yeah,
they were throwing hands. Like once I saw the first punch get thrown, I was like, haha, yes, this is what I need right here. This is what I need, because they see Cyclops throwing hands and they see my boy Bishop in the mix. And
Bishop was talking that cash shit, boy. That shit was fun to watch. Bishop came in talking that cash shit the whole time.
Yes.
Storm was like, really? He's like, yeah. And it's gonna continue coming too.
Yeah. And Jubilee recognized that. He's like, listen, Jubilee, he's a time traveler. He's a little bit of a douche, but he's an X-Man. Mm-hmm. What can I say? Did you catch that Spider-Man Easter egg though?
I didn't.
So, but you had to be quick with it though. So you remember when they went into the warehouse, right? And they took the visor from Cyclops, and Visor like, no, don't take him. Like, Cyc, I'm just playing. And he blew the building up. And you remember they did that wide shot. You saw the newspaper that kind of like went across the screen.
Oh yeah.
So it said, "Is Spider-Man a mutant?" on the top left corner. So they recognizing that Spider-Man exists
in that universe, right?
In that universe. So, when you look at the MCU,
I did. Oh man, that's
what
crazy.
You got?
No. I was just gonna say I did see that paper. I don't know why I just dismissed it as it's just a newspaper. I should have read that shit. That's wild.
To be fair, I had to do a double take because I had to make sure. I was like, what is this?
Good eye.
Let me rewind real quick.
Yeah, bring that back.
Run that back. And so, when it first came on, man, and I saw everybody introduction, I'm like, this is the way to introduce them. And yo, when I first heard that intro song, bruh, I was like, listen, to anybody that's listening to this show. Now, before I even say this, go ahead and share this show. Share it to everyone so we can talk about this. Feel free to comment on this. You better not skip that damn intro song at no point. At any point.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
And it's a foul move if you skip no music. You never, ever skip that intro music.
Those are the type of people you don't let in your house, bro.
No. Nah. Those are demons.
Those people that skip that intro, that's the type of people you don't let in your house.
Nah. You can't trust them.
Nah.
You can't trust them. Not at all, man.
You can't trust them as far as you could throw them, man.
Man, those are the type of people that give you the player 2 controller, but you know, that's the faulty one.
Yeah. The fucked up controller, bro.
That's the messed up controller they're giving you, bro.
All right, yeah.
I mean, now to get into the story, it's been said that Professor X has been shot.
Are we doing spoilers?
Oh man, listen.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, yes, because I think any true X-Men fan, outside of extenuating circumstances, was waiting on this day. Like, was waiting on Wednesday, and they gave us not one but 2 episodes, bro. And it didn't feel like it was 30 minutes. It felt like it was like 40. It felt like it was a movie.
There's a lot of shit going on. It was like Avatar.
A lot of shit going on. So, yes, spoilers. Yes, we doing. Yeah, we definitely doing.
Okay.
Like the Friends of Humanity, like they're back and they got upgrades. They're using Sentinel, Buster Cannons, and you got the Executioner. And I was geeked when I saw the Executioner because there's a series called Executioner Song, and man, Executioner is a bad mamma jamma. I'm gonna just tell you, he's a bad mamma jamma. He does not like mutants at all, and I think at one point in the comics, he actually went to the mansion and started blasting. Like
you got to just take matters into your own hands sometimes.
Pretty much.
That's savage as fuck, bro.
To see him. So, a lot of things have been going on in this hour, right? You know, Cyclops is the leader. Jean Grey is pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant as fuck.
She's
pregnant as fuck.
And
now she's putting the bug in his ear.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
She's like, listen,
we gotta go.
We having a baby. This shit is kind of crazy right now. There's other people here. Like, why don't we just leave and start over? Right? And then, Cyclops he's always been that analytical type of person, and he's very selfless, and he looks out for everybody and more before he looks out for himself. Mm-hmm. He's like, bro, like, how can I leave here? But decides ultimately, like, this is the right move. We should go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Wolverine sniffing this shit out. He been on this.
Yeah, he was already on that easily.
He was already on that tip. And
like,
so, to have like that, which would have been beautiful, right, for them to do, just to be put like at a screeching like halt. Yeah. When Magneto was like, oh yeah, like the school, the students, his books, you,
You.
That's all of that shit is mine now.
Yeah.
Right. So that's, there's something going on there. What's up? What you got?
How would you feel though? Like if you were X-Man, right? And you've been fighting this dude for years, really.
Yeah.
And this dude is in your house, well, in the mansion, and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, your headmaster, your former headmaster, gave me the mansion, the money, and access to the X-Men. So I'm gonna lead you."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so how do you? If you're Cyclops, now what? If you're Jean Grey and you're like you are the founder, one of the founders of the school, like knowing that the students and all of that is in Magneto's hands, knowing the type of person Cyclops and Jean is.
Yeah.
Like how? Like what do you do? Do you stay?
I'm Cyclops, I'm staying. I'm staying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta stay because, first of all, I don't trust your ass. Because, I mean, you can't. Okay, cool. This is legally binding. Yes, you are the leader of the X-Men. But I got to see what's up with you first. Like, I mean, yeah, my woman's saying we got to dip, we got to go. But, she knows as well as I do how much damage this man has done. So to say, oh, we're going to just go ahead and dip, you got it. We can't just, Cyclops, as a man, Cyclops is not going to say, all right. Because he was about to go. Wolverine called him on his shit, though.
He was ready. Yeah, he did. He said, "Oh, bro, we are just say it already, motherfucker. We know. We know."
All about. He said,
hey, "Bitch ass, you should have said it 3 days ago. We know.
We know." Like, speak the truth, dog. Everybody else
say it already. Fuck, rip the Band-Aid off.
Exactly. Like Wolverine. Like, listen, I heal fast. They don't, but whatever.
Dustin Dunlap said. Jean Grey was saying, "Yeah, we don't need this shit." Exactly. Whenever she was trying to tell Cyclops, "We got to get up out of here," which I don't blame her.
Yeah, she been through a lot of shit too.
But at this point, like I couldn't just leave the fate of all of those students that are going in there at the hands of Magneto. But then you think like, well, what if Magneto kind of change his mind, right? And then you see him on TV saving people and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, is this Magneto like reform?"
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, no. Bitch, that's now, Magneto still.
But not. First of all, I'm not a fan of his costume, even though that is comic book accurate, right? I was never a fan of that M costume, man. I'm like, give me back the traditional, like red outfit. I mean, that is Magneto to a T, but that outfit that he got, hey man, we got to change that up. I mean, maybe that's how he snagged Rogue. Now let me get Rogue.
Yeah, go ahead, dog.
Man, she did Remy so dirty, man. Dirty. Like Gambit was listening outside while shit was happening across the hall, man. He like, yeah, I got you. But Remy's smart too. Like Remy was already suspicious of he don't know what exactly is going on, but he knows something is going on. And then he see it with his own two eyes, like, oh shit. Like I spent all my life like, tracking this woman down, chasing this woman. But in defense of Rogue, like Magneto is really the only person that can really touch her, because of his ability to like put like electromagnetic, like a thin layer over his entire body. So it's basically just like basically just like a condom, really. Like, so it's really what it is. So he's the only one that can really physically touch it, to our knowledge at this point in time. Remy cannot do that. So it's like,
who is it? A condom, not a shield, not a
that's what
not
it was.
A glove.
That's what it was. You don't. I mean,
it's a lifestyle. It's a magnum.
Yeah, it can't be no lifestyle, man.
Yeah,
that's trash. That's trash stuff right there.
That bullshit. That's trash stuff right there.
That's trash stuff right there. But you saw a glimpse of it though. Like when they touched hands, you saw the electromagnetic like
little layer
spark.
Right.
So, but Rogue's whole premise, whole ordeal is she just want to go out there and dance. Like she even said it, like she alluded to that when it was at the club. She was like, man, I just want to go out there and just dance, but you know, one person just brushed across me and they going to the hospital. Like easy.
Dustin Dunlap wants to know, when did the love fling happen between Magneto and Rogue?
That's a good question. Now it could have happened when Rogue was running with Mystique. Like when they were, that's before she got the flying powers and the super strength powers. It could have went down then, but we never saw it in X-Men the animated series. So, you know, Rogue just said, listen, we ain't gonna go back down this road, and we're gonna keep that under wraps. Clearly it wasn't under wraps because she went back.
Right.
But you know, now there is a relationship between Rogue and Magneto in the comics. Like I am well aware of that. I think they had a relationship in Age of Apocalypse too, and that's also where that relationship kind of jumped out there. So it was definitely an all-screen thing. Yeah, it was definitely an all-screen thing. Now that's part. Sunspot showing up. Sunspot was like one of the first people. Like he's an X-Force member. Yeah. Right.
That they captured. So that's the mayor, right, who's offering bounties on these mutants, right, trying to get them off. Who was it that's offering the bounty on these mutants?
That's a good question. That part I missed. I think I was so engrossed into what was going on. I didn't.
Yeah, it was like in the
deep.
It was like in the first 5-10 minutes or something. He said, "Yeah, man, you know, this much money to capture these mutants, man. I'd do this shit all day. They're not that strong." And they had Sunspot, right? Because Sunspot would refuse to use his powers.
Yeah.
Right. So then you see Magneto coming and saving people. But he's saving these mutants to come back out, and it seems like he's just trying to recruit them.
Yeah.
And for them to be on his side and think that he's like their savior and somebody who's powerful, somebody to follow. And now he has the school. So, I mean, really, everything is at Magneto's fingertips right now. Everything is set up for Magneto to like just really be that dude.
I mean, yeah. Now, to Magneto's credit, he did say, I mean, him and Professor X, you know, were best friends. Like they are close friends with each other. They have a type of respect. They want the same thing for mutants, but they have different roles on where they want to go. So when Professor X is no longer around, he like, listen, I'm gonna honor his last memory, and I'm gonna try this one more time, you know, to honor his memory. I'm gonna go his road. I mean, we saw it at the hearing, like when Storm lost her, man, that thing pissed me off so much when I saw that. Like first episode, like Storm was given the forecast, you know what I'm saying, and you find out firsthand she's an Omega level mutant. Like it was actually said Sentinels as robots were shook. They're like, yo, hey, we got Omega level somewhere around here. We gotta find her quick. And the next episode, you know, you see her sacrifice her body, which that also happened in the comics too. Like she did lose her abilities in the comics. So, so when Magneto saw that, he got immediately pissed off, like immediately. And I thought, this is it right here. Like everybody get watched.
Yeah, y'all need that, bro.
Everybody. And I felt his emotion though. Like I felt his rage, and he was like, y'all really testing my patience, but I got to honor Charles. Please give me grace. I'm gonna give you grace, and like, don't make me regret my decision. And then he said, just leave us alone. We will help you. Help us help you. That kind of thing. So
I don't know, man. To be honest, like in my opinion, I would rather the storyline go that Magneto wasn't their savior. You know what I'm saying? That Magneto ultimately is like, I would prefer that storyline, to be honest. As much of a surprise, as much of a, surprise as it would be, is like, oh, Magneto's a good guy now, and that's not a storyline that I think would be like, oh wow, like that's how it played out. Like, like duh. I would think the storyline of him just continuing to be a dickhead, you know what I'm saying? And just continuing to just do things on his accord would be best.
Yeah. I mean, is he really though? I mean, because his whole idea is, I just want mutants to prosper, and if you're gonna hunt us, we're gonna kill you first. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Let him do it.
Like, I'm gonna do that shit first. Like, I'm gonna make sure my brethren, the Brotherhood, will live.
I want to see some Thanos type shit.
Yeah, and he's Omega level himself, and so is Jean Grey, so is Iceman. But and it now let me rewind back to Cyclops, right? Because Cyclops had the best superhero landing out of any hero I have seen in Marvel. Like, this dude
with that, my neck would have just, I was like, that shit gotta hurt, bro. I'm just, imagine like that shit just pressing on your face like that the whole way. But yeah, that shit was dope.
Yeah, I was like,
he said, see you guys on the ground.
Falling. Yeah, I see you on the ground. I'm good. And then he just like landed real smooth, man. I was like, whoo, this is Cyclops right here, man. This the man. This is the dude on Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Marvel Superhero Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. That is that Cyclops, man.
Right.
If you ever wonder why people pick Cyclops in those fighting games, this is the reason. This is the sole reason.
What did you think about Gambit?
So what I learned about Gambit, though, through some research, is Gambit used to be way more powerful than what he is now. Like, I think he was on an Omega level, and I think he sacrificed some of his power. Gambit cooking with seasoning, like love to see it. But I think they nailed it. They nailed it with him. Like, he has a certain fashion sense. I know some people was like, why you got him in the crop top or whatever. I was like,
he been doing that, right?
He been doing that. Like,
and not only that, but crop tops, people were doing that back then anyway, bro.
Like, matter of fact, in X-Men animated series, what was he wearing on the basketball court?
He was wearing a crop top. A different color, but it was a crop top. Yeah,
exactly. He was wearing that. He was balling. He was balling out until Till Wolverine deflated the ball with his claws, man, because he about to
sore
get
loser,
on.
Man. You're sore loser, bro.
I mean, listen,
Kevin Garnett, bro.
Easily. So I like Gambit's character. I know it's digging deeper, especially that love affair with Rogue and Magneto, and you get to see how that affects him, as an X-Man. Morph is an interesting character. And they tweaked him a little bit. They let him morph into other mutants, but actually able to use their abilities too. Which I think
is cool.
Yeah, I think that's more true to form too, actually. Because for a quick second, I thought Lady Deathstrike was saved Wolverine until I was like, oh shit, it's Morph. Never mind.
He's like, oh shit.
Like, he switched up. He went to Psylocke. I was like, yo, please bring Psylocke back. Please bring. She's one of my favorite female X-Men.
Yeah, Psylocke is. Yeah, I fuck with Psylocke.
She is very dangerous too. Like, she's probably one of the most dangerous assassins in the Marvel universe. Like, she would get you easy. I needed more Bishop. I need a little bit more Bishop.
I feel like Bishop is going to have a significant role moving forward, though.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like he's going to have a really significant role at some point. But not for nothing though. I know this is something I said at the beginning, but you see how like my man Cyclops' hair is in that comic right there in front of you? Yeah. That shit is hard.
Yeah. And speaking of these comics up front, these are actually a couple number one. So this is actually a number one, and this is a number one. These are the same comic, but they had different covers. And this is from Jim Lee. I'm about to say Stan Lee. This Jim Lee, Chris Claremont. But Jim Lee's X-Men, if I'm not mistaken, I think to this day, this is probably the best-selling comic run ever. Wow. Because of the artwork and how it looked, and everything was like popping out, and it's not like these comics are like rare or anything like that, because I mean, thousands of copies were sold. Now, these first prints, but like they nailed the costumes right. They nailed the 90s nostalgia right. The music was hitting. They added some new elements to it. We made it more mature. So it's like you can watch it with your kid, but it also have adult themes too. It's like a perfect blend, if I'm not mistaken. So
I agree.
Which is still wild though, that the person that I think wrote it, Bo DeMaio, like he got fired before the show premiered.
Yeah.
And you know, find out later, like, because of his OnlyFans account. He had an OnlyFans account. And so I was like, bro, you work for Disney. Bro. You work for Disney, bro. Come on.
That is,
know,
yeah.
You know there's a behavior.
That is true. Yeah, you're right,
man.
bro. You got to be smarter than that.
Come on, man.
You got to, you work for Disney. I feel like they got their own, like, you know, federal, like, you know, they got their own undercover agents and shit that they have to just go out there and just find shit out. They got spies just making sure that their people are legit.
Yeah.
They gotta be. They got bounty hunters.
I mean, but I don't think he try to hide it either. But, you know, Disney's ironclad. Like, there's a behavior clause. Like, you can't be out here, you know, running around butt ass naked in the street because, you know, that's
which is funny because I bet you Disney be doing some questionable shit they damn self too. Possibly.
There's some strong possibilities.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Right. So, but yeah,